Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Hitchhiking Ghost podcast. On today's episode, I will be going over my picks for the most overrated attractions at the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. So, without further ado, let's discuss the Magic Kingdom. Now, the Magic Kingdom is my favorite theme park and has some incredible rides, but there are some that are incredibly overrated. So, to start this off, I'm going to speak about the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I've ridden it one time at a Christmas party, and the wait time was only like 45 minutes, so I'm like, this is the first time I've ever seen it under 60. I'm going to ride it. So, I waited the 45 minutes. The queue is great. It truly is a really great queue with the musical water and the barrels that you spin, and all the dwarves start dancing on the ceiling, and then if you spin all the barrels, Snow White will show up in the middle of all the dwarves. And I think that's a pretty cool touch. Me and my family were like trying to hog all the barrels and trying to spin them. You know, the line's already moving about 10 yards down the queue, but we didn't care. We were still spinning the barrels. We were trying to get Snow White, and we got her. So yeah, definitely a fun time. I really love the queue. But other than the queue, this ride is very short. It's about 3 minutes long, and if you wait about 2 hours for this ride with a 3-minute ride time, I'm sorry, but it's just not worth it in my eyes. It could be worth it to your family, as it is a coaster that the whole family can ride. Even grandma and grandpa can ride this ride, and little Timmy can also ride it. So it's definitely a pretty easy ride. It's not really, no flips, no sudden huge drops, nothing like that at all. It's a really easy coaster. And also, inside the mine, I must say this, it is one of the coolest parts of any Disney ride. Whenever the Seven Dwarves sing "Hi-ho," that's a really cool moment, and I enjoy it. But it lasts 30 seconds, so not really my thing. Next, we have Peter Pan's Flight. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a very fun ride, and it is a classic dark ride. But it lasts 2 minutes after an hour and a half of build-up. I'm not gonna make a joke there. I'm gonna restrain myself. Alright, moving on. It's a great queue. It really is. It just got reimagined in the very recent past. It just got refurbed, and you get to go through the Darling's house, and you get to see Tinkerbell like flying around. You get to play with the bells that hang on their shadow bells that you get to hit. Those are really cool touches, but I just don't think it is worth a 2-hour wait. So you just have to fast pass this ride or walk past it fast. So it just isn't worth the wait. It's about 2-minute ride. It is a great ride. Don't get me wrong. And if it's your only time coming to Disney World and Peter Pan is one of your favorite classic movies that you love to watch, I would definitely ride it, but please fast pass it. It really is worth a fast pass. And those fast passes, I have seen a few show up like the day before I went. I've gotten the Peter Pan fast pass, so it is possible, but be sure to try and do one at a time, like a party of 4 to all get fast passes for Peter Pan at the same time. I don't think it's going to work the day before. I truly don't think so. This ride is extremely popular, and the easy hour wait times every single time for a 2-minute ride is evidence to that. Now let's talk about my favorite attraction at the Magic Kingdom, and if you have been keeping up with this podcast, you know my feelings on this ride, and that ride is Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. My feelings are very clear on this ride. It is terrible. I do not like it whatsoever. It has a terrible queue. Like the queue is just so stupid. I just hate how they just corral you like right next to each other. It is one of the most tight spaced queues in the world, and it always smells in there because all that body heat, and it's Central Florida. People are gonna smell, and then they get packed in like sardines. It's not gonna be a wonderful smell. It's a terrible queue. The guns are greasy and they cannot be removed from the holster. I love Men in Black at Universal, and the reason for this is because you can actually remove the gun from the holster, which is what you are supposed to be able to do on shooting attractions. I can never find my laser because the gun does not move. And they're greasy and gross to touch, and I always feel weird. I need the Germ-X right after the ride so I can, wash my hands. It's gross. Coronavirus, gross. And the cars and targets are gross as well. The targets look so stupid. I'm sorry, but they really do. They look like the targets at the Men in Black training facility. Like, if you rode the ride at Universal, if you've never ridden it, there's a training section with these cardboard cutouts like Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin. And that lasts a total of 20 seconds, which is what Buzz Lightyear should last, 20 seconds. This ride is terrible, and it should not be getting a big wait, a very long wait. It truly should not. And it's definitely not worth a fast pass, so don't even fast pass it. Just walk right past it. Go Space Mountain or the Carousel of Progress. And now, I get to speak on Hollywood Studios, the park that I love speaking about the most. First things first, let's talk about Slinky Dog Dash. This is a very short ride, again, with very basic theming. I really don't like the theming at all. It's just a basic roller coaster. It's a family attraction, not a very scary thing at all. But it is a huge wait. Again, it's just like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train with this wait. It's just for families. Everyone can do it. It's really not that much thrill involved. So that is why I believe that it has a huge wait. And also, good luck getting a fast pass for this attraction. Because if you are not staying at one of their hotels, you're not getting a fast pass for this attraction. This is a 60-day out fast pass. And there's like no way you'll get this fast pass the day before. Next, we have Toy Story Midway Mania. I'm just kidding. This is an actually good shooting game. So, Buzz Lightyear and Magic Kingdom, you need to take notes from this. Just change the laser color so you can find your laser. I don't understand why that's so difficult. I really don't. Like, you can squeeze it out of the tiny budget for that ride. I don't understand why you can't do that. Next, we have Smuggler's Run and Star Tours. I'm gonna put these together because they both are extremely overrated just because it's Star Wars. Like, if you made Star Tours, it would be the Jimmy Fallon ride. Basically, it's basically the same ride, but because it's Star Wars, it's popular, which is kind of stupid to me. Now, Smuggler's Run, it's a cool idea, but it's also a simulator. And if you get a bad pilot, that ride's terrible. It really is terrible. And the wait times for this attraction is just way too much for me. But I do love the Millennium Falcon that you get to walk on, and that's outside as a prop. I think that is truly one of a kind and very cool. Next, we have the Rock and Roller Coaster. It really pains me to put this on this list, but because the ride's launch is like so awesome, and I do enjoy Aerosmith. Not really that much, but sometimes, I can listen to Love in an Elevator, I can. So the issue I have with this ride is that it has like an hour wait outside, and it's only a minute long. That's what I don't like. I like whenever I get on a ride, I feel like the ride, I get a good bang for my buck. That's what I like about rides. Like Splash Mountain, yeah, I can wait an hour and a half for that, but I get a 20-minute ride. So that's what I like. And Rock and Roller Coaster just does not cut that. It's only a minute long, and the queue sucks. So that is why it's overrated. It's not as overrated as others on this list, but it is overrated. And next, we have the Animal Kingdom. This will be a very short one because the only two things that I have is the Navi River Journey, which isn't really like loved by hardly anyone in the community, but it always has long waits, so I have to put it on the list. I mean, it is a terrible ride. I mean, it's nothing. It's not terrible. It's just nothing. It's just a waste of space. So, don't wait an hour for this ride. Please don't wait an hour for this ride. It's not worth it whatsoever. Next is Kali River Rapids because it's the worst ride on property. This ride sucks so bad that 5-minute waits makes it overrated. Alright, and next and lastly, I would like to talk about Epcot. And the first ride there I would like to speak about is Test Track. I don't think it should be near as popular. I understand that making the new car is kind of cool. Like, I don't really want to do that, but it's kind of cool. I like making it as silly as I can and as fast as I can. I really like that. But the ride just has nothing to look at. It's just neon light in like a random building downtown. I just don't understand why it's so popular. It has nothing to look at. But I do miss the old ride. I'm not going to lie to you. I do miss the old ride. It had a lot of stuff to look at. It was very interesting to me. And I just have that nostalgia factor that made me love that old ride. It truly was one of my favorites. But after this new overlay, this Tron overlay, I just think it's so goofy and unnecessary. But I do know that everything has to be interactive these days at Disney. Kids have very short attention spans, and bright colors and interactive sections make that better. So I can understand that. But still, the old ride was better. The next ride I would like to speak about is Soarin'. I've spoken about this ride on this podcast plenty of times. This ride is loved by so many people. And I can understand this. The innovation is great. I really love the idea. I think it was made up by an erector set that an Imagineer showed Michael Eisner. I think that's pretty cool. But this new ride is just kind of bad. The execution just misses the mark. The CGI could be better. It looks kind of goofy, and some CGI sections do not need to be CGI'd. The transitions could also make a lot more sense. Like whenever the elephant throws up sand, just go to Egypt. Don't go to the Great Wall of China. That doesn't make any sense. And then after the kite, they go to Egypt. I don't understand that. It makes no sense. Also, the distorted picture of the Eiffel Tower, the Taj Mahal, the falling elephant. This could be fixed. The old attraction was great, and I miss it. And finally, the last ride that I will speak about today is Frozen Ever After. Now, I'm going to be honest. I do like this ride, and I'm not really the audience because I'm not that much of a Frozen fan. I think the movie was very overrated, so by default, the ride is overrated. It is a very short ride, but it is decent, so I'll give you that. But I'm very sad that Maelstrom gets replaced by this. I thought Maelstrom was a great ride. It was like less than 15-minute wait any point of the day, which I appreciate. We need rides like that. But now for this one, it's about an hour wait, and I just don't really care for this ride whatsoever. I love all the animatronics. I do love the Let It Go scene if the Elsa animatronic works, but I still like Maelstrom better, so that is why Frozen Ever After is overrated. So, thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope everyone is having a wonderful day, and goodbye.